Welcome to Universal Interiors. I am Uni.
And I'm Les. We're wishing you a very beautiful Christmas season.
Yay, it's Christmas.
With that brings to my mind just traditions, beautiful traditions, lights. You know, it's a time of the year that I think no matter what your age is, I think you go back to when you were little. Do you think that's true of most?
I think you're right.
I'm not sure where that comes from. I just was spending some time this morning in a Traditional Ideals is the name of this book, and my parents had it around. It was some beautiful photos and lots of poems, and I was looking at this Christmas, basically a book to just take us through the years and way people used to celebrate, and that's where I was looking at this morning. And I thought, you know, even if you're old, you gotta go back to, I remember when. What do you think about that?
I think that's cool. Christmas for me, this year is actually a little bit special for me.
Oh, is that right?
We're kind of doing in our family just kind of an audit. Why do we do what we do? I was talking to my daughter, my 14-year-old daughter, and she was like, why are we doing this? It just feels different. It feels weird. And I said, I want to ask you, what do you think of when you think of Christmas? We think of school vacation, we think of presents, and we think of hanging out with our family. Three super great things.
Sure.
Don't ever want to take away.
Right.
But sometimes it feels like the baby in the manger and Jesus, the Savior of the world. We hear like away in a manger. Just you hear it and you just do it.
Don't even hardly think about it, I bet.
And lo, there became shepherds, and they were so afraid, and the whole story we just kind of grabbed this season by the nape of the neck and said, we need to go back to the drawing board and make sure we're doing honoring our God number one. And it's been really cool.
I think that's great, and I think we do need to, like I said, with the Christmas, people are like, it's already Christmas music. I mean, that made me sad when you hear that, the commercialism is taken. But this is something, Uni, that I found out today, just got to get a little moment on a radio show, and it was telling us that it used to be very much like a Mardi Gras kind of an idea years and years ago, because it was winter solstice time.
I think it was even illegal to celebrate Christmas for a while.
Yep. And those good old Germans, which out there's a number of you, including us, but we have some credit to give them, because they came, it was the early 1800s, and things were brought up, and then they actually kind of stirred up the pot a little bit and said, wait a minute, let's claim this. And instead of letting the whole party scene and just super pagan, what I call the Mardi Gras scene, which was a great idea perhaps at one time, but it was stolen, and all of a sudden it was like, wait, we can do something great with the season. And they brought back the Christmas. They brought the tradition of lights. They brought back the family, like you were saying, all good things. They came and said, wait a minute, let's make this the Christmas season. So some people may challenge you, wasn't that when Jesus was born? Nope, it wasn't. But at the same time, Christmas, we want to just keep the C in it, like you said. Number one is to just see, why do we get to celebrate it? And you know what? A season of lights, they call it. A season of love, joy. I mean, seriously, peace? Why do you guys get hung up on not celebrating Christmas? I don't quite understand, but I do agree with you. It's time to shake it up sometimes and see what's important. It really is.
Yeah.
Traditions, like we said. You have a story of a tradition when you were sharing with me a size of was a ham?
Oh, a ham.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a story of, I heard this in church, I think, last year. A grandma had ham, and every year she cut the ends off the ham and put it in the oven. And every year that happened, and there was never no ends, and so grandma passes on, and mom slices the ends off, and year goes after, and finally, one of these generations, one of the little girls said, why do you cut off the ham? Why do you cut the ends off? And the mom said, well, that's how mom did it. That's how grandma did it. Went back, and so they did a little research on it. And here they cut the ends of the ham because it fit her pan.
As deep as it goes, huh?
So, you know what? In light of that,
yes, exactly.
Check out why you're doing. If you're doing it to remember Grandma, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's traditions.
And maybe that's even something that can show us, be thankful that we have beautiful bakingware that we don't need to worry about. Snuggling our little ham into all she had.
Right. And I think it is. It's a beautiful segue into why we do and what does bring up, to me, blue lights, silver, green tree. That just takes me into this precious place of peace. I'm not thinking anything else. I'm just thinking that's what I had in the farmhouse growing up. And they probably had that, either my mom or my dad probably had that in their home. You know, that's how it goes. You bring this in, you bring that in. You know, a little classier than a ham dish, but at the same time, it's the idea of what we're doing with our Christmas traditions.
I think I'm the youngest of 10, and it can get so beautifully chaotic at Christmas.
I like the word, and I know their family.
I think of my dad saying, men go downstairs and the kids and women upstairs.
Oh, most definitely. We share the same grandma, and oh my goodness, she had 11 kids. We had something like 60-some cousins, for Pete's sakes. You want to throw that all in Grandma's house?
We don't even know them all.
No. Those cousins out there. Forgive us. But we don't. But again, what time of year could it be? Christmas. This time of year that we gather, songs are going on in the background, laughter, hopefully, a lot of good food. And but as Una said, her family's doing a little shaking up, and hopefully we all do. Pause, take some time. Peace, the season of peace, right? Season of lights, the season of joy, whatever you want to put on this season, don't miss peace, because that's what Jesus came to give us. That's the birth. That's simple as that.
The peace. There are 3 things that and I'm sure I have said it on here before, the 3 things that I live for. If I don't have them, take me out, please God. And that is love, like real love. Like when I look at you, I want you to see that it's the purest of love. I want to see...
Not tainted, not needy.
Yeah, I want to see Jesus in your eyes, and I want to have Jesus shining through my eyes. I want peace that passes all understanding.
Yeah, when you hear that, and if you have heard that in your churches growing up, hopefully go in the Word and find where it says that, because it's beyond understanding. You can't conjure it up.
You just don't know. You just have this uncontrollably. And number 3 is what it talks about, joy unspeakable.
Yes.
And that is so easily shared at Christmas time.
Yep. You can't, some of you in the room might not have what another has, but there's just joy, that deep, abiding joy. Because you know what? It doesn't matter where you are in your ladder of success, God's love for you is pure, perfect, and it is so available. So I would wish that for you for this Christmas.
Last but not least, challenge for you from me personally.
Okay.
Do an audit. Why do you do what you do? And really look through it. Look through what Christmas is all about. Look through holidays, look through holy days, look through the stuff, and
make it your own.
Make it your own.
Yeah.
Go there.
All right. Have a beautiful Christmas season.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Thanks.